No, no, no. I get you. I'm throwing out different things that go into the decisions that are made with regards to elected officials, right? Because everything has to be taken into consideration. If South Carolina, or any state for that matter, would invest in technology, is so amazing, right? And I love most of the folks I serve with, right? But you got people who, local level on up in Congress, they barely know how to use email, some of them, right? So you got to try to get people to understand how technology even works, right? Is also part of the problem, right? Because it's new, right? It ain't new to some of us, it's new to some people, right? But with the advancements in technology, yeah, common sense would say if you invest in some higher quality machines, right, with higher quality applications. I got all sorts of stuff on my work computer that is aimed at preventing cyber intrusion and getting access to confidential information and all. It'd be pretty simple, you would think, to put that in a voting machine, right? So I'm with you. I mean, I think it can be improved, and I know that it upsets and fires up a lot of people, right? And it's how do we address it? And that's a question that I don't have an answer to.
Right. I'll piggyback on Sarah.
Sure.
I moved here in 1987, Station Hill, I know each other. And I went to the commission and I complained about the fact that they didn't get a receipt with our ballots. And they told me not enough people thought like me. That's what they told me then. So maybe if enough people went down there and made the request, an overwhelming request, you see, then there might be women.
There's no proof the machine actually counts the votes. There's no.
He said no proof that the machine actually counts the votes.
It's a disappearing vote machine.
Yeah.
It's complete bullshit voting.
The proof you get is the little printout thing that gets stuck on there, and then everybody who is running has a
that tells us the pre-programmed results. That they
has a team member who's like, all right, yeah.
You don't understand. They're not counting the votes. It's a disappearing vote machine. It's a touchscreen tablet that tells you the results that they pre-programmed in.
That's right. It is. I worked that poll.
Yeah, well, I don't be working on the machines, so I don't know. I don't know that.
Could propose a bill to have us revisit our electoral system. Why does it have to be electronic? There's some states that have mail-in ballots. Let's think out of the box and say, bring this issue up for discussion and debate. And it's because it's preventing people from getting out to vote.
Yeah, one thing that I would suggest, right?
I'll be quiet.
No, and you're fine. Like I say, I appreciate your passion, and that's a good thing, right? One thing that I would propose is, as a group, collectively, right? Our revolution, nothing stops any of you or this group from coming up with bill ideas. I tell my constituents all the time, if you have a good idea, bring it to me, because I'm not a mind reader, right? And you can, as an organization, prepare legislation, right? And you say, hey, look, this is what we would like to have happen, right? And you find some allies and you work on the language. And of course, with that said, you've got to be willing to give, because the way you get things done is a little bit of give and a little bit of take. A little bit of give. You got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
All right, I got three is here, and the gentleman here, and then the young lady here.
I just wanted to say, I really appreciate the comments about how we have to preserve the integrity of voting. I heard just today that because of voting repression or suppression in Wisconsin affected twice as many people for the difference that Hillary would have taken Wisconsin. The Electoral College provides a rigged system. I think it's essential that these issues be addressed, but I also fervently agree with what you say, because the reason Barack Obama became president when all these problems were there is because there was a landslide. People need to realize that every single vote counts. It's not like you have to have a 51 to 50 vote. You have to win by enough margin that it can't be corrupted. And to me, you have to work on both. And it bothers me, we're arguing which should we do when we have to do both. We have to work on keeping the vote as honest as possible, and we have to make sure that the vast majority of people vote, because in a close election like we just had, the loser could end up in the White House.
Well, you know, that's a great response. You know, and I agree with you, right? Part of the issue that I see in politics, right, and that is one thing. I looked at some poll numbers, for example, when Bernie ran, is that even among people that weren't going to vote with him, his trustworthiness rating was through the roof, right? And trust in politics is something that is damaged. Now, I don't believe that anything is ever damaged beyond repair, right? I mean, it can be fixed. But when we talk about the voting issues, and we talk about gerrymandering, and how it brings people down and makes them not want to participate. When I was younger, I never wanted to participate in voting, because I thought all politicians were crooks and stuff. Right? They don't really care. They'll say whatever they want, et cetera, right? And that's how I thought as a young man. And that affects a ton of people. Right? So every issue that's being talked about affects voter turnout, because they'll stay home. Right? And when one person says, my vote doesn't matter, okay, yeah, one vote may or may not matter depending on what the race is, but it's never just one vote, because you're going to have 100,000 or 1.5 million. Right? Or 15 million people saying their one vote doesn't matter, and now you've got a major issue, right? Which is what you get to, getting people out. So I think that's an excellent point.
Okay, we got two more gentlemen here.
Okay, got the answer to this hacking within the software. Open source software. Right now, the voting machines are a black box. Yeah, right? Yep. It's a black box. We don't know how the thing works. With open source software, it means that anybody can come in at any time, independent consultant can look at the code. If it's been tampered with, they can tell. And I got an article about it from The Guardian. They've been using it in Germany. And it's basically giving the votes back to voters. I'll shoot you this. If you give me an email, I'll shoot you this article.
Yeah.
And this is a bill idea. Let's have open source software for the voting machines and paper ballot back.
Paper trail.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Good. And let's talk.
That's what I did, yeah.
And the young lady here, and that'll be the last.
Uh-oh. The pressure is on. The pressure is on.
I like that being called a young lady too.
He's a young person too, so.
That's part of my point. I'm a card-carrying democratic socialist. And I literally have a card. And what I've seen is, and it's not just oppression, it's not just that. Young people went to Bernie because there's millennials, there's considered new and old millennials. You and I, sadly, it sounds bad, but we're considered old millennials because we came of age. We came of age before the financial crisis, so we have a completely different view of the world. And people that came of age after that just got just basically screwed in every way. They came of age and everything was terrible. So when somebody like Bernie comes along and wants to do things to help them, that gets them excited. But recently I saw an article and Dick Durbin said if we get too liberal, we're going to lose again against Trump, and I think that's just totally BS. I think that we should be pushing politicians further to the left. I think that we have I'm in District 5 in South Carolina, and we had an election that was very, very close, actually, earlier this year with Archie Parnell and Ralph Lauren, whoever he is. And I think, what are your thoughts on that? Because I just hear, like, if you get too liberal, it's like, that's the same thing that we've been doing for years. It's not working anymore. We want young people, especially new millennials that came of age after the financial crisis, to get involved and get excited about things. Staying on the same course is never going to work.
Well, you certainly didn't disappoint with the last question and point.